Shital Trivedi, Assistant Professor from the Department of Pharmaceutical Technology. Welcome to the MOOC series, an initiative taken by the LG Institute of Pharmacy, Ahmedabad. In this session, I will share basic information on Six Sigma concept. Let's see about the introduction. Well, Six Sigma concept was first introduced by the Motorola company in 1986. This is quality improvement methodology and that particularly focuses on the process improvement. Sir Bill Smith was the person who is called father of the Six Sigma, first coined this term, who was working with the Motorola. This is the data-driven approach that utilizes statistical methodology to eliminate the defects. This method quantitatively describes the performance of the processes. The aim of Six Sigma concept that is to reduce the time taken for the production, to optimize the processes and to reduce the variability of the processes. Let's see about the characteristics of the Six Sigma. It involves the statistical quality control. It's not just a theoretical concept, it involves the statistical tools and technology to analyze the data and to interpret the data. Six Sigma focuses on the projects and objectives. So we can say there must be some profitable outcome when Six Sigma approach or Six Sigma concept is applied to the particular process or project in the organization, and it can be project tailored. So based on the requirement of the project, Six Sigma concept can be applied. Very important characteristic, that is customer focus. So here the customer satisfaction at the center to focus on the quality improvement of the product or services. It involves a teamwork approach to quality management. That means the Six Sigma application requires the involvement of the people from all the levels of the management. So involvement of the entire organization, that is the important aspect when applying the Six Sigma concept. Let's see about the Six Sigma methodologies. So there are two basic methodologies which are involved in the Six Sigma. One that is DMAIC and the another one that is DMADV. Let's see about the DMAIC. There are 5 phases when this methodology, that is DMAIC, is applied, and this method is applicable to improve an existing processes or product. The first phase, that is define phase, and this involves the identification of the problems which are to be focused, and this involves the information regarding the customer requirement and the ultimate goal of the organization or of the project or the process. Next phase, that is measure phase. Here we have to identify the key parameters which can be measured, and then in the next phase, that is analyze phase. Now this phase involves the analysis of all the key parameters or the variables or the factors which are associated with the process and that can significantly affect the processes. So here the root cause analysis is done. So this involves the various statistical methods that can be applied to identify the effect of the particular factor that affect the process or the factors which are responsible for the defects in the process. Then next phase, that is improve phase. So now based on the analysis, now the improvement methodology or technologies can be applied. So here, like a design of experiment, that is another statistic methodology, can be applied to optimize the current process, right? The process optimization is done, that is in improve phase. The next phase, that is control phase. So now whatever improvement that is suggested in the improvement phase, now these are applied and the control is exercised over this new process. So any deviation that can result into the defect can be controlled before it results into the defect in the product. So phase involves the use of various statistical tools like control chart or histogram or production boards, which can be utilized to control the processes. Second methodology, that is called DMADV, and this is also called DFSS, that is designed for Six Sigma. DMADV, that is the short form of define, measure, analyze, design and verify, and this methodology is applied to create new products or the new process designs. So in this method, organization first identify what kind of a product or process that is to be created. So that is in define phase, and then based on the customer requirement and wishes, the prototype can be designed, and that involves the second phase, that is measure, and in this the specifications are formulated based on the customer's required, which can be measured. In third phase, that is analyze phase, so whatever specification that is formulated regarding the product or process, these are being analyzed by using the various analytical technologies, and in this case it is analyzed whether the product or process will meet the customer requirements or need. So based on the analysis, the prototype design is developed and it is tested for its performance, and if modification is required or optimization is required, then it is done by doing the modification, and then the design is completed. So in this phase, the alternative designs are also developed, and again the analysis is done, and out of this possible alternatives, the best design is selected. So in the next phase, that is verification phase, the selected design amongst the various alternatives, that is actually run into the pilot scale, and the performance is measured, and based on the performance and the customer feedback, the future optimization can be done. So now in this phase, the product or process is ready, and that can be handed over to the owner of the process or product. This is about the two basic Six Sigma methodologies. These are some of the Six Sigma tools like cause and effect analysis, flow chart, Pareto chart, histogram, check sheet, scatter plot, control chart, etc. Let's see about the different quality levels which can be achieved by the Six Sigma concept and the meaning of Six Sigma. Well, Sigma, that is the word that is used for the standard deviation, and in mathematics and statistics it is used to measure the variance. Well, the concept behind Six Sigma, that is zero defect, but zero defect cannot be achieved, so they have set the standard, that is Six Sigma level. So in this image you can see the different levels. So the highest level, that is Six Sigma level. So when company achieves the Six Sigma level, then it indicates that the product that will be produced will be defective free 99.99966%, and that is 99.997% times. That indicates that the error chances are only 3.4 times out of a million opportunities, right? So the level 1 indicates that the defective free product will be produced 50 times. That is very low level of the quality. Look at the level 4, it indicates that the product will be defective free, that is 99.4% times. So that is the level maintained by the many industries, and it is considered as good. So the quality of this level, that is acceptable, and when the quality level that match with the 5 and 6 levels, we can say that processes are doing excellent. That means the quality level that is achieved is excellent. And going beyond the Six Sigma level, the cost would be very high compared to the quality level that can be achieved. So that's why Six Sigma concept that set the Six Sigma as the highest quality level. So look at this diagram. This is the statistical representation of the standard deviation that is associated with the Six Sigma concept. This represents the normal distribution and this line represents the mean. Right, so the distance between the mean and the specification limit, whether it is upper or lower side, that is at least of 6 sigma. So this level indicates that the error chances are only 3.4 out of the million opportunities, or we can say that there will be only 3.4 defective product out of the million products. So let's see about the benefits which organization can achieve by applying the Six Sigma approach. So the first, that is, it improves the customer loyalty. So we can say when there is no defect in the product, obviously the customer gets satisfied and they become loyal to the product or service. The benefit, that is time management. So the application of Six Sigma concept, people learn to utilize their time effectively. So that results into the management of the time of the employees. The another benefit, that is reduce cycle time. So this Six Sigma concept involves the process optimization. So it reduces the time taken for the production process. So ultimately that also results into the profit, because when cycle time is reduced, it involves the reduction in the resources that can be utilized for the production. So that ultimately results into the profit. Six Sigma concept also results into the employees' motivation. The next benefit, that is regarding the strategic planning. So by utilizing Six Sigma concept, organization can focus over the particular goal. Six Sigma concept can be utilized for the effective supply chain management. So when the product performance is affected by the supplier's performance, the Six Sigma concept says that reduce the number of suppliers. So that is to reduce the number of risk factors. So these are some of the softwares which are utilized for the Six Sigma application. Six Sigma concept is now widely adopted throughout the world by the different organizations. And the Six Sigma is itself an industry which provides training, consultation and certification. So let's see about the different certification levels or Six Sigma belts. So starting from the first base level, that is the white belts, and this certification demonstrates that people are having introductory knowledge regarding the fundamental concept of the Six Sigma. Then they can reach to the another level, that is second level, and these are called yellow belts holders. And in this, the people now learn how this Six Sigma concept works, and they identify where it can be applied, and they learn how to concentrate on a particular aspect of the project. The third level, that is the green belt, and this focuses on the advanced analysis and resolution problems which are associated with the quality improvement projects. And people holding these belts actually lead and manage the project teams. So they support the superior level, that is black belts. And the black belt certification signifies that these are expert in Six Sigma philosophy and principles. So these are the people known as the agent of change in the organization and who lead the project teams. Next level, that is the top level in this hierarchy, that is master black belts, and this signifies that these are the people having extensive experience and they are leaders in their field. Now the topmost level that you see in this diagram, that is champion. Well, it is not a belt, but it is an individual in the organization that look after the deployment of the Six Sigma strategy, and champion ensures that the operational projects are in line with the strategic level business objectives. Champion ensures that the operational projects are in line with the strategic level business objectives, and champion helps in providing resources and help in removing the roadblocks that comes in application of the Six Sigma concept. There is another term that is called Lean Six Sigma. So that is the combination of two concepts, Lean and Six Sigma. The concept of Lean that involves the elimination of the waste or the reduction of the waste. That means those resources which are utilized but do not yield the value to the customers or do not yield value to the product, these are eliminated. So look at the image. These are the popular companies which have adopted Six Sigma. So these are called Six Sigma companies. So you can see very popular examples of Samsung, LG, then Microsoft, etc. So that is all about the Six Sigma. These are the references. Thank you for watching this video. For more updates, you can like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel, that is Pharma Ignite. Press the bell icon for notification.